One new update. Click here for latest update. As the Indian equity market had a disappointing session on Wednesday, as the benchmark Nifty 50 continued its slide, breaching the important support levels of 100 DMA. It ended the day losing 135.75 points or 1.38%. We enter the expiry day of the current derivative series on Thursday, and there are high chances that we see volatility remaining ingrained in the session. Sakitan Andutika, AVP Technical Equity, TradeBulls. The rupee continued to bear the brunt of panic dollar demand and plunged by a whopping 27 paise to end at 65.72 a dollar, its lowest level in 6.5 months, amid concerns over foreign capital outflows. This is the lowest level for the home currency since March 14, when it had closed at 65.82 against the greenback. Chandan Tarparia, technical derivative analyst, Motilal Oswal Securities Government Bonds GSECs ended mixed trend in a quiet trade due to alternate bouts of buying and selling. While interbank call money rates remained lower due to lack of demand from borrowing banks amidst comfortable liquidity situation in the banking system. Rajesh Palvia, Head, Technical Derivatives Analyst, Axis Securities India Ratings and Research Indian arm of global rating agency Fitch has cut India's gross domestic product GDP growth forecast to 6.7% from earlier expected 7.4% in the current fiscal, citing the disruptive impact of demonetization and the new goods and services tax GST, which will be slower than the 7.1% growth reported in fiscal 2017. Mazhar Mohammed, Chief Strategist, Technical Research Trading Advisory, ChartView India.in. Samit Chavan, Chief Analyst Technical and Derivatives, The Angel Broking. Nifty 50 continued to face selling pressure for the seventh consecutive session on Wednesday and corrected towards the 9,714 level. It formed a bearish belt hold candle on the daily chart and fell around 200 points from its intraday high. It failed to hold above the 9,880 level and witnessed sustained selling pressure till the end of session ahead of September derivatives settlement on Thursday. Mustafa Nadeem, CEO, Epic Research. Kartik Raj Lakshmanan, Senior Fund Manager, Equities, BNP Paribas MFA. Total of 6.18 lakh rupees crore worth of investor money got wiped off in the longest losing streak of 2017 till Wednesday on a sharp fall in the rupee, rebound in crude oil prices, persistent foreign outflows and a likeliness of one more rate hike by the U.S. Federal Reserve this year. Nikhil Kamath, co-founder and head of trading, Zerodha. BSE benchmark tumbles 440 PTS. India VIX surges 6%. The domestic currency has been on a falling spree. The domestic currency fell by 99 paise to today's low of 65.78 against the US dollar on Wednesday over Friday's closing of 64.79. The domestic currency was at 64 level at the beginning of this month. A weakening rupee lowers the FII's return on domestic equities. Shares of Orient Press up 20%, Premier Polyfilm up 19.95%, Nakoda up 16.67%, Country Condos up 16.13% and Pudamji Pulp up 15.20%, jumped over 15% in Wednesday's trade. Stocks such as Apex Frozen Foods up 8.92%, Remsons Industries up 8.54%, Mercator up 7.88%, Radha Madhav up 7.76% and Den Networks up 6.66%, surged over 6%. Foreign investors remained in exit mode as they have pulled out nearly 4,500 crore rupees from stock markets so far this month due to geopolitical concerns and a tendency to take profit. The net outflow by foreign portfolio investors FPIs follows withdrawal of 12,770 crore rupees from equities in August. Prior to that, they had pumped in over Rs. 62,000 crore in the past 6 months. Indian Army confirms carrying out surgical strikes against Naga insurgent camp alongside INDOMYANMAR border today. MOR and INGSENSEX cracks 300 points. Shares of Heritage Foods climbed as much as 2% after the company informed Bourses that it has fixed October 11, 2017 as record date for stock split. The company will subdivide each share of face value of 10 rupees into 2 share of face value of 5 rupees each. Shares of Cyient Limited tanked over 8% in Wednesday's trade after 1.37 crore shares traded in multiple block deals. According to reports, around 12% of equity changed hands in the afternoon trade. Over 20 stocks, including Adhunic Industries, Apollo Hospitals, Eason Rerol, Larsa Supergenerics, Religare Enterprises, TV Vision and Videocon hit fresh 52-week lows on NSE in Wednesday's trade. On the other hand, Anik Industries, Bharat Forge, Deepak Nitrite, Premier Polyfilm and Rajesh Exports were among the 18 stocks that hit fresh 52-week highs in trade so far. Nifty breaches 9,800 level for the first since August 29. Shares of Piramal Enterprises jumped over 1% in Wednesday's trade after the company forayed into housing finance business that would offer construction finance to small developers. The retail-focused business would deal in home loan and loan against property and initially focus on metropolitan cities. Following the development, the stock rose 1.58% to hit a high of 2,725 rupees and 55 paise on BSE. ICICI Prudential AMC files for Bharat 22 ETF with SEBI. Shares of Hindustan Motors advanced nearly 2% in Wednesday's trade after the company received payment against its ambassador brand that was sold to French carmaker Peugeot Société Anonyme PSA Automobiles SAR in February this year. Following the development, the stock gained 1.78% to 8 rupees and 2 paise on BSE. It opened at 8 rupees and 40 paise and touched an intraday high and low of 8 rupees and 50 paise and 8 rupees respectively in the first hour of trade. ICICI Lombard rallied 4% in Wednesday's trade after a tepid debut. The scrip debuted at 650 rupees on BSE, a 1.66% discount to issue price of 661 rupees. However, it gained momentum as the session progressed. The stock rose 4.99% to hit a high of 694 rupees on BSE. Shares of Shriram Transport Finance Company STFC climbed 5%, while those of IDFCs were trading 1% lower after the two companies decided to abandon the merger plan worked out in July this year as shareholder pressure and dilution fears forced them to examine a new, less complicated structure. Following the development, shares of STFC climbed 4.74% to hit a high of 1,055 rupees on BSE. Shares of IDFC, on the other hand, were trading 0.83% lower at 59 rupees and 65 paise. Shares of DEN Networks advanced as much as 12.73% in early trade after ET reported that Mukesh Ambani-owned Reliance Industries is said to be in talks to acquire Samir Manchanda-promoted multi-system operator MSO, DEN Networks. ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company on Wednesday made a tepid debut on BSE, as the scrip got listed at 650 rupees, a 1.66% discount to its issue price of 661 rupees per share. The initial public offer (IPO), the first by any general insurance company, was sold in at 651,661 rupees price-bound during September 15/19. The rupee on Wednesday opened 9 paise up at 65.36 against dollar on account of selling of American currency by banks and exporters. The local currency on Tuesday slipped 35 paise to hit a fresh 6-month low of 65.45 a dollar. Sensex, Nifty off to a positive start. Shriram Transport surges 4%, Divis Lab cracks 7%. Sensex, Nifty flat. Rupee trades at 65.36 against US dollar. SGX Nifty was up 23 points, or 0.23%, at 9,879 around 8 a.m. Irish Summer Time, indicating a positive start for NSE Nifty Index. Nifty continued its down move for 6th consecutive session. Nifty formed a bearish candle with long lower shadow resemble to hammer formation, indicates buying action at lower levels. The index is moving in a lower top and lower bottom formation on the daily chart, indicating negative bias. If Nifty breaks below the 9,810 level, then it may extend its down move towards the 9,770 and 9,730 levels. However, on the higher side, the 9,930 and 9,960 levels are likely to act as resistance for minor pullback action. Rajesh Palvia, head technical derivatives analyst, Axis Securities said. Shares of ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company will list on bourses on Wednesday. The 5,700 crore rupees issue, which was sold from September 15 to September 19, was subscribed 2.98 times. The public offer was one of the biggest IPOs of 2017 and also the first non-life insurer in India to launch an IPO. Just about half an hour before the currency market closed for trading in the commercial nerve center of Mumbai on Tuesday, the October month futures contract spiked to $6,500 from $6,565 within seconds, dealers said. We call it the fat finger move. Immediately after that, we could see some aggressive dollar short selling, a currency dealer familiar with the matter told ET. It was quite obvious that the subsequent move was aimed at undoing the unintentional damage. The rupee took a beating for the second straight day on Tuesday, plunging by a hefty 35 paise to hit a fresh six-month low of $65.45 a dollar due to heavy demand for the U.S. currency from importers amid foreign fund outflows. This is the lowest closing for the domestic currency since March 23, when it had settled at $65.52 per dollar. Asian stocks hovered near multi-week lows as tensions in the Korean peninsula remain elevated. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan was off 0.1% at three-week low following bellicose statements by Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Even a softer yen could not stop Japan's Nikkei from slipping 0.5%, while Australia's main index eased 0.1%. At current juncture, FIIs are net long in index futures by only 3,226 contracts. Long-short ratio is at 50.50%. This is the lowest long positions in index futures after November 2016, Jay Purohit, technical derivatives analyst at Centrum Broking said. With Tuesday's 1,916 crore rupees selling in cash market brokerage, Centrum Broking noted that FIIs cumulatively pulled out liquidity to the tune of 16,238 crore rupees in September series, after selling equities worth around 16,000 crore rupees in August series. Market-wide rollover of September FO contracts stood at 37% till Tuesday, which was in line with the average rollovers of 36% seen in last three series. Nifty rollovers at 31% were also in line compared to the average three-month rollovers. The SP 500 ended flat on Tuesday and the Nasdaq posted modest gains as technology shares bounced from sharp losses in the prior session, and comments from Fed Chair Janet Yellen boosted expectations of a December rate hike, Reuters reported. The Dow Jones Industrial Average Index fell 10.05 points, or 0.05%, to 22,286.04. The SP 500 Index gained 0.23 points, or 0.01%, to 2,496.89, and the Nasdaq Composite Index added 9.57 points, or 0.15%, to 6,380. FMCG major hold led the most in the 30-pack Sensex, which slumped 171 points at the lowest point of the day but pulled back to end the day just 26 points down at 31,599. Good morning, dear reader. Here's something to kickstart your trading day.